Hello everyone, you're welcome back to today's tutorial class. Thank all our subscribers. We thank you for watching our videos and liking. Please, this is a new channel. We want more of you. Like, comment and subscribe to our channel. You are free to share. And if you want any tutorial, please drop in the comment section. I'll be ready to give you the tutorial. In today's class, we are going to be teaching you how to draft your basic bodice pattern, your full scale basic bodice. You know we have full scale and half scale. That is also called blouse, but in pattern we call basic bodice. Let's get started. This measurement, you'll be needing your length, your half length, your bust, your waist, your shoulder to nipple. This is our starting line. To give us a starting line, this is where I'm going to start all my measurements from year to year. I measure 9.5. That is my shoulder to nipple measurement. That's, we call it bust point measurement. Then from this starting line to this line here is 17 inches. That is my half length. That's my waist measurement. That's my shoulder to waist measurement. Waist measurement, you measure it about 1.5 inches above your navel. That is the better way to measure your waist measurement. Then from this starting line to this down, we have 22 inches, which is my blouse measurement. That is the length of my blouse, 22 inches. That's the front length. This is the front pattern. This is the center front, then this is the side front. The first thing we are going to do now, I want to shift this closer to you so that you can understand this place better. So the first thing is to measure our shoulder measurement. Our shoulder measurement is from one shoulder point to another shoulder point. I divide it by 2. Our shoulder measurement is 14. I divide by 2 gives me 7. It gives me 7. After this 7, what else we need is our chest line, which will determine where our bust will start from and where the armhole curve will be. Our bust, to get our chest line, we divide our bust by 6 plus 2 inches. My bust here that we are using is 36 inches. Divided by 6 plus 2 gives us 8 inches. We mark 8 from here. We mark 8. Then you rule out the line. Can you see that? Keep following me. Then from here, the same shoulder line that we measured here, which is 7, you measure it here again, 7, and here too, 7. Then you rule a straight line. Now this is our chest line. After this place, you are going to divide your bust by 4. Our bust divided by 4 will give us this place. Our bust is 36. 36 divided by 4. So our bust divided by 4 is 9.5, which I've measured here. Now what we are going to do is from our starting line on the shoulder, you come down by 1 inch. This is where our calculation will start from. Then from the neck measurement for measurement of like blouse of 36, you are 32 inches. From 36 below, you can use 3.5 here. Do you understand? For the width, so you can use 3.5 by 3.5, or you use 3.5 by 3. This is a basic, so it depending on how you want it to be deeper or to be wider. Then you connect from here to here. This is what it looks like. Then from this bust line, now we are determining the armhole curve. You come up by 3 inches. This is 3 inches. Then from here, you come in by 0.75. You mark 0.75 here. You connect to the shoulder. I hope you can see that. We are trying to create our armhole. Then from there, you connect it to the bust measurement here. So this is what our armhole looks like. Then we come to the neck. I'm making my neck this way. This is our neck measurement. We continue. Then we move to our dart. To determine our dart, I want you to see this very well. I want you to see it very well so that you understand what I'm doing. So for our dart, you start from your nipple to nipple measurement. Our nipple to nipple measurement, which is also called bust span, this nipple to nipple measurement is 8. 8 divided by 2 is 4. You mark 4 from here, 4 straight down. Then you give it a straight line. From this bust line, you come down by 1 inch here. Come down by 1 inch. This is where our dart will start from. We give our dart 0.75 on the dart line, which is 1.5. That's on the waistline. On the waistline. So from here, you connect. After connecting here, you bring it down to the downside. Because my length is 22, it is 2 inches above the hip line already. The hip length is 24 inches. So it is 2 inches above. You make your dart reach this down here. Tiny. Do you see how it looks like? Assuming we are working with half scale bodies. Assuming we are working with half scale bodies, the dart is going to stop here. So we are just going to cut off this place. Do you understand that? I'm going to extend my measurements here. Then we start calculation of our waist. You know we have gotten our bust measurements here. For our waist measurement, 32 divided by 4 gives us 8. From the starting line here, we mark 8. Then the 1.5 inches, that's 1.5 that we removed for the dart. You add it back to this side. Then from this down here, where your blouse is reaching, you measure that round. For this next person, it's the same thing as the bust measurement. So here we mark, that's 9.5 that we measured earlier. That's 36 divided by 4. Then we remove the darts here that we removed here. Then we add it back to this place. And you connect from the bust to the waist this way. Then from the waist to the hip to the length of the blouse this way. Our blouse is getting ready. Now what we need to do is to remove our darts here. We remove the darts for the chest here, because you see we are only drafting the front now. We label this center front, this place side front, SFCF. Our darts, the length of the back is 21. We remove 22 for the length of the front from 21, which is giving us 1. Do you understand? Then from this chest line downward, you mark 1 and you connect it. Before we add our measurements here, we are going to cut through this place and shift our darts here. You can see the way this one is done. Then you slash through this place to the bust line. Then you bring it up. You are going to sellotape this one. So we have brought out this place and we have opened this place. So I've gotten another paper to close this that side. So it will be this way. Then you gum here. So after gumming, this is how it looks like. So that you can know where the dart is from this marking to this marking of the darts. We get the middle. Can you see the middle here? Then we connect our dart down this way. So this is the dart for the front and we cut it. That's on pattern. So when you are transferring to your fabric. So guys, this is all about our front measurement. I forgot to tell you this. When you are calculating the chest line, you know we divided our bust divided by 4 plus 2. When it is without sleeve, it should be divided by 6 plus 1. Please, that should be your bust measurement divided by 6 plus 1. That will be your chest line if you are dealing with a sleeveless blouse. Let's move to the back part. So for the back part, we have extended the chest, the bust point line, that's the shoulder to nipple line, and the half length, that's the waist line. This is the length of the blouse at the back. This is the length of the bodice at the back. You see it is 1 inch above the back, the blouse for the front. That is 21 inches. The 21 inches. Remember we used 22 inches for the front length. This is our starting line here. Our starting line, our vertical starting line and horizontal starting line. From here to here, I marked 1.5 inches, which serve as our zip allowance. We are going to write zip allowance here. I love labeling my work so much, and I've written BP, bust point, then HL, which is half length, shoulder to waist measurement. So what we are going to do here is to transfer our measurement the way we did it the other time. You see the front back that we used 7. We used 7 for it. So we are coming here to start it again. We are starting from the back line. Don't start from here. This is just a zip allowance. So from here, you mark 7 inches. The next thing is the chest line that we used for the front, which is 8 inches. So you go ahead and mark 8 inches. Then from here you mark 7 to make it straight. 7. Then you roll your line and extend it outside. The neckline, the width that we use for the front here, which is 3.5, we use it back in the back again. From here 3.5. Then for this place we use 1 because it's just a basic. Do you understand? It's just a basic. So you connect your neck here. This curve is not giving me what I want here, so just make it straight here. Do you see that? Then from here, the way we did to the front, we come down by 1 inch and connect to the neck. I hope you can see that. And from the chest line, you come up by 3 inches. The difference at the back is that instead of 0.75 here, you come in by 0.5, which is ½ inch. Then you connect from this line to here. Then you create your curve armhole line. Create it this way. Don't forget from here, your bust measurement divided by 4, which is 9.5. This is it here. You can see that is where my armhole curve is. You see that? So we move to our dart. Nipple to nipple divided by 2, the way you did in the front. 8 divided by 2, which is 4. We also do it here too, at the back. 4 and 4. Then you roll a straight line. On the waist line, you go in by 0.5 on both sides. 0.75 rather. That is 1.5. Then from the back, you come down by 1 inch on the bust line. Then you connect like this. Now, you know we already have our bust line here. You see the bust line here, we already have that. So what we are going to do now is for the back intake, let's extend our neck here. Our back intake, the back is always curvy. Our back is not always straight, it's always curvy. So we are going to take in 0.75 on the waistline here. Some taking 0.75, some takes in 1 inch, but I'll be taking in 0.75 here, which is like this. I use 0.75 here. Then you come up and you connect it to this line here. Do you see it? Then you bring it out. Do you see that here? As me is on half scale, it just stopped here. So we are just cutting this place out. So this pattern is on a 2-way. If you are using your half scale, you just cut this place. After this, what we are going to do is our waist measurement. Our waist measurement divided by 4. I 2 divided by 4. which is 8. You mark 8. You mark 8 inch, which I've marked already. Then the dart that we added, which is 1.5, also 1.5, you mark it here. And the 0.75 that we removed from the zipper allowance, you are going to add it back. After that, you come down to the measurements, starting from this line. The down part, this length, the round part, I told you when we were drafting the front that is the same thing as the post when I measured it. So it gave me 9.5 rather. And the one that was removed here, you add it back here. Then you connect. This line here, I first marked it here. The one I removed here, when I was removing the darts, I added it back here so that my measurements can be perfect. So now we have our center back, then we have our side back. Then this is the back pattern, and this is our front pattern. As you can see, they are already looking intact. On this pattern, our allowance is not on the pattern. Our allowance will be on the clothes. We continue by trimming out this line this way. We come this way, and this way. Then at the back, we come from this line to this place, and we bring it out. I finished cutting this from the front. Let me show you this on the back so that you won't make mistake while you are cutting. After cutting this down, you cut through this line this way. So after cutting, this is our pattern is ready. This is our back. What you are just to do is from this side, when you pin it on your clothes, this is not on fold, this is allowance. You add 2 inches or 1.5, whatever you want to add for your side allowance here. Then you add your half inch, 0.5 here, round here. Then for the down M allowance, you add 1.5 or 2 inches depending on what you want. And if you want to use this pattern as half scale, you want to join to the down, that's half length. What you are just going to do is that you will just cut through this line and use it, or you trace it out on another paper so that you can always use it. That's the advantage of me rolling all these lines for you. And you see, then this is the front pattern too. You do the same thing, but while doing this, the front is on fold. This sign, do you see? If you remember this sign in the last tutorial class that we did, this is on fold. That means your clothes, while you are cutting it, your clothes will not be straight like this. Your clothes will be like this. Do you see? Your clothes will be like this, and you will place it this way and pin. Do you understand? Thanks for watching through. I hope you find this video helpful. If you find this video helpful, kindly subscribe and like our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching. Bye for now. I remain Damsey Fashion.